I'm happy to say it. Yes, it's a great point. The issue I'm worried about here is when it comes to anything like that, child care, health, elder care, whatever the case may be, you often only have government models you have to fall back to, right? Government's a monopoly. Monopolies are bad. Just because it's government monopoly doesn't make it all of a sudden good, right? Monopolies are not good. Why? Because you're not the customer. The government's the customer. When you overregulate, that's what you get. People can't do it because they overregulate. You know, often people are sued all the time. These homes are sued all the time for not following the rules. That's why all they do is follow rules. And if you've ever had a loved one in one of those homes, you would do things like, we turn your mom every 2 hours. But you can't turn my mom every 2 hours. She doesn't sleep very well. Rules say turn them every 2 hours. So you turn them every 2 hours, no matter what. Rules say wash the person at this time, but my mom sleeps during that time. Doesn't matter. Rules say do that. And they constantly follow the rules. That's what they do constantly. What if instead you could have another type of elder care? Elder care where, for example, as I said before, this is the smart guy, right? You're pretty smart too, aren't you? Yeah. He sells the child care, she sells the elder care piece. And now again, the $500 credit now goes to her to be an entirely new piece. How will we know that she needs to do it? You would tell her. You would say this in a public forum. And people would say, well, I could do this. Great. There wouldn't be any Medicaid funding. This would come from taxpayers. Right? Because again, you have $500, you can give any place you want, you would give it to them. Absolutely. Now, if they would qualify for Medicaid, they might. Sure, if they qualified, absolutely, they could qualify for it. But even Medicaid's a problem. It's a whole different issue. Medicaid's a whole different issue. But yes, if they qualify for Medicaid, of course they would. What I'm saying is we need more options. You've just said that. There's not enough. There's a couple of things, and we're trying to get there. We need more options. We do that, we can make things happen. This also goes into healthcare in general. Well, your question is multifaceted. It also goes into healthcare. It goes into Medicaid too. Let me touch healthcare for a little bit, if I can. Is that all right, guys? All right. And again, if I'm going too far off, I apologize. But if you notice, everything I talked to you about is an actual plan to make change without raising taxes. And if my plan is wrong, tell me and we'll fix it. I'm open to change. No worries. But here's one more thing about healthcare. We have in this country made an error, and we've confused healthcare with healthcare insurance. They are two separate things. I'm sweating. May I take my jacket off? Will you still respect me if I take my jacket off? You may not. I hope you still respect me if I do that. But it's a little hot. It was cold out there today, and now it's not. May I put my jacket? Is it okay? Thank you, my dear. No, please. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you. All right. What did I do wrong?
You muted it.
I muted it. Sorry, I muted it. Apologize. Now I'm good. There we go. That's why I did. See? There we go. What are you gonna do? All right. So, any case, look, he noticed it right away. Nice. Okay. So, all right. Healthcare versus healthcare insurance. Obamacare was not healthcare reform. It was healthcare insurance reform. I am more concerned actually about healthcare reform than healthcare insurance reform, and you may think that's crazy. It's the root. I very often talk about the root versus the branch. The root is healthcare. Healthcare is too expensive. Why? Healthcare is a cartel system. That's what it is. I'm not joking. That's absolutely true. It's a cartel system. Here's how healthcare works. Two different things you might notice. All right. It's for straw. Okay. This guy right here, he sells straws. He sells straws, okay? That's what he does. He sells straws. He does. She would like to buy this straw for $1. That's how much straws cost in his world. Cost $1. She wants to buy it for $1. He wants to sell to her for $1. They both agree. Go ahead and make an imaginary exchange. I'm insurance. I've decided that this straw is actually worth 50 cents. 50 cents, you get 50 cents, you get the straw. All right, now, you still have more straws. And now he wants to buy a straw. He doesn't have insurance. I can't get involved. Right? So now he's going to sell him the straw. How much do you want to sell the straw to him for? $2.50. Why $1? You just lost 50 cents on her. $1.50 to make up our 50 cents. That's right. So he pays 3 times what she pays. That's health care. How is that okay? Well, it's worse. Also, here's health care. Ready? He gets a new job. Congratulations. He needs a whole different wardrobe for his new job. So he comes to Larry Sharpe's clothing store to buy some new clothes. Comes to the store to buy some clothes. I get him a great outfit, good shirts, pants, shoes, hat, jacket, all good, amazing. I say, well done, this is perfect. He says, Larry, how much? I say, I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? But it's perfect. Perfect. It's exactly you, man, for your new job. It's perfect. Larry, how much? I don't know. Tell you what, go home, take it. Later on in the mail, about 2 weeks later, you're going to get a bill. And whatever that bill is, you got to pay or you're in trouble. That's health care. How is that right in any other world? It's wrong, but that's health care. This is what we must fix first. And not just that. Literally, there are people in rooms doing this. How much do you think we should pay for aspirin? What do you think we should charge? $85 for aspirin? What do you think? Yeah? Yeah, that guy, we're together. $85. He was like, yeah, $85, I like that. Absolutely. So now it's $85 for an aspirin. Is it because an aspirin cost $85? No, it's because him and I agreed to charge you $85 for it. That's literally happening right now. That is literally happening. If you've seen it, you've got a bill. Aspirin, $85. Cup for aspirin, $25. Putting aspirin in cup, $25. Pulling aspirin out of bottle, $400. I mean, you see that.
Uninsured people, $25.
Yes.
We fought that one. I've won that one.
But you see what I'm saying, though? You shouldn't have to fight that. If you want to fix health care, you have 2 issues. Because that's issue 1. But then it's issue 2. Do you know how hard it is to get doctors in this state?
Yes.
Medical technicians in this state? Nurses in this state? Do you know how dumb we are? If you're a nurse or doctor in another state, we don't accept you in our state. Now you're coming from Somalia. You're coming from like New Jersey, from Connecticut. Why aren't you a doctor in 2 states? What is wrong with us? Not just that, it's hard for us to even get medical personnel to work because you have rules like if you're a hospitalist, you can't do a house call, you can't be a doctor. Why? What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us?
We accepted Hillary.
Why in the world? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes, we're on the same page here, right? Yes, all right. Anyway, my point being, we're not letting it easy to become a doctor or to get in the medical field. And we found that when you let more people in, you actually get better care. How do we know that? We saw it with nurse practitioners. We saw it with physician assistants. We saw it, and they begrudgingly fought us on these like the world was going to end if we had a nurse practitioner or physician assistant. No, it got better. They helped fill the gap. Why aren't we doing that more? Why don't we have more people that a doctor can supervise? Why? It's just us stopping it, just rules. Why, for a medical facility, do we have to have a certificate of need? Why does that matter? Why does government decide where a hospital should go? Has that worked for us? Failed miserably. Failed miserably. We have worse service and an expensive system that has just failed. Well, Larry, how could it possibly work? Like every other non-essential medical field in this country. LASIK eye surgery, enhancement surgery, dental, cosmetic dentistry. In every one of those fields, every one of them, 3 things happened. Prices went down while service went up and technology went up. Some of you may be old enough to remember this. When they first came out with LASIK eye surgery, remember this? It was used to charge you by the eye. Anybody remember that? Yeah, you remember that? To charge you by the eye because it was so expensive. Now, everybody gets it. You want it, you get it. It was so expensive to charge you by the eye. Not regulated, not punished, better. Everyone gets cosmetic dentistry now if you want it. It's nowhere near as expensive as it used to be. It used to be really expensive. Only the superstars of Hollywood got it. Now a lot of people get it. We make that happen. We will lower the price of healthcare To include, by the way, my dear, even taking care of the elderly. Will bring all the pricing down. When you bring the pricing down, now you deal with health care insurance. Now it becomes feasible. Now more people can get it. Now Medicaid goes down. Everything goes down. We are one of the only states where the counties pay for Medicaid. We're one of the only states where counties pay for Medicaid. Why? Because it's so expensive. If you always hear His Majesty, he always says, well, we'll split it 50-50. He acts like the state and the county are totally separate entities. You're paying both taxes. You're not paying state taxes. You're paying both. But it sounds better, 50-50. Not the right answer. Did I answer your question at least? I gave you like 3 different issues. But there's so many different things you have to work on to make it better. It can't just be one thing. We can't just fund more. Here's the issue. Democrats will use the phrase fund. Republicans use the phrase invest. What they both mean is taxes. Everything I talk to you about does not raise taxes. It provides better opportunity and better chances. Is that helpful or no? Awesome. Great. Any other question or comment? Go ahead.
Understand as far as the family courts, you want to fix that?
Yes. Family courts are an absolute disaster.
I've heard you talk about everything as far as kin being first, then monetary value second. Unfortunately, I've been on the 7-year end of being part of the parent alienation, where the mother thinks I'm the worst devil, and my kids no longer see me. I haven't seen my kid in 7 years. I pay child support,
Yep.
$1,300 a month. Would you consider?
To be clear, hold on, to be clear, you pay $1,300 a month for 7 years and you don't see your children.
That is correct.
Why does that exist in our nation? Why does that exist in our state?
When I went back to court about a year ago, the judge flat out told me he was not going to force my kids to see me,
Yep.
even though parent had already did a parent alienation. I said, that's fine, and I'll stop paying child support. He threatened to throw me in jail.
Of course.
But he didn't, the kids didn't have to come see me and follow the child court order. So my question is, would you consider dropping that to 18 versus 21?
Yeah.
Right now in New York State,
Several things, yeah.
the majority is 21.
Let me cover a couple things. Number one, why do I care about family court? And I do. And I'm the only candidate even talking about it. Why? Because it's crushing our families. It is crushing our families. It's crushing men more than women, but women too. But it's crushing men far more than it's crushing women. But again, women too, and be clear, women also get smashed by this. And there are 3 ways we fix this. And to answer your question, yes, and I'll cover that as I go through the 3 ways to fix it. I'll cover it in a way. Number one, some of you don't know this. If you lie in family court, it is not treated like perjury, which means you can openly lie, and there is no repercussions whatsoever for lying, even when you are found out to be lying. Literally. Now that's a holdover, by the way, from back in the day. Back in the day, when it came to family court, New York State was very behind. It was one of the last states to have a no-fault divorce. So you didn't have a no-fault divorce, so someone had to be forced. So what would happen? Someone would lie. Yeah, I cheated on her. Yeah, he cheated on me. Whatever, because that's how we got divorced. We have to lie. That stays to this day still. We still have that concept here. It doesn't exist anymore, but the culture is still there. So we're lying. So literally what happens? You guys want to get divorced. Today you're married for you. Oh, but today you are. Anyways, yes, you guys want to get divorced, right? So obviously you want to get divorced. So what happens? Literally, the attorney just says this. Thank you for coming, guys. Thank you so much for coming. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yes. All right, so what happens is now the attorney goes to you and says, look, if you say she cheated on you, you might get the kids. He didn't tell you to lie. But if you say it, you might get the kids. And your attorney goes, if you say he used to beat you, you might get the kids. This happens every day in court. How do I know that? I have heard it dozens of times, and more importantly, I was in an event like this, and I actually had a family attorney in the room with me, and she said this, I would never do that. I said, maybe you wouldn't. Are you telling me it doesn't happen? She did this. Literally. She did that. Because she knows it happens. And here's the worst part about lying. Lying is the number one issue of everything. I can't stress this enough. For 2 reasons. Number one, he wants to be a good guy in this case and just tell the truth and be honest. She starts lying, saying he used to hit her. He goes, I never hit her. What does the judge think? Wow, you hit her. Oh my God, you hit her. But now he's hurt because she lied on him. So what does he do? He lies on her. Yeah, but she slept with all my friends and blah, 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 blah. And back and forth and back and forth. And it's horrible and vitriolic. And who watches this? The kids. The kids watch it. The kids watch the people who is their image of manhood and womanhood, and they watch them destroy each other. And they watch them lie because they know dad never hit mom, and they know mom never cheated on dad. And they know that, and they see them lying, and they make excuses, and they start lying to their kids. And if you've been through this, you know that's what happens. Because how else do you validate your horrible behavior? How else do you validate your horrible behavior? And you wonder why our kids say, I don't want to get married. I don't want to be women. I don't want to be a man. Why? So I can trust some woman so she can backstab me and destroy me later? So I can marry some man so he can backstab me and destroy me later and take my kids and not pay me? Is that why I want to have them? No, thank you. I'll pass. And we wonder why our kids are broken. Yeah, that happens. But here's the worst part. As they fight with each other, they now hate each other with the vitriol that is so, they don't care. They will do anything to punish each other. Anything. To include put you in jail when you shouldn't be in jail. To include, not just put you in jail, take your money, to use the kids to punish you, alienate kids knowing where it hurts most. Yeah, they will. Because they're going to get you and they don't care. That's what happens. Destroys families every single day based first upon the lie. That, look, no divorce is good. No divorce is fun. But when you base it upon lies and hating each other, it just gets worse. And the worst part about this case is, again, the kids watch the entire thing. And this happens. He comes and we find out that he actually never hit her ever. Never once hit her. Never once. She got a restraining order put out on him. Because in family court, there's no due process. There's no due process. She has to prove nothing. Restraining order. Now he happens to be in Walmart with her. He's going to jail. That happens all the time. He happens to be in Walmart with her. She hates him. She calls the cops, says he's stalking her. He was just getting some cornflakes. He's going to jail. May lose his life. May lose his job. May lose his career. Everything. Gone. Going to jail. Now, later, we come to find out, through proof, he never hit her ever. What's his recourse? Nothing. Nothing. How was she punished? She's not. At all. So she lies again. So he lies. Again and again and again. To where a judge has no idea who's telling the truth, no idea what's going on, and begins to punish everybody. Yes. Yes. Now, it's like I'm reading your mind. Why? Because I've heard this story a dozen, if not more, 24 times. When I go to Father's Rights events, I see a sea of broken men. How can I fix this state with a sea of broken men? I can't. I can't. I see a sea of broken men, which means behind them a sea of broken children. I can guarantee you that. Because when you're sitting there punishing your dad that way, and every time I go to a Father's Rights event, here's what I know. Everyone knows someone who's done one of three things: committed suicide, in jail, or left the state and abandoned their family because they were afraid of suicide or going to jail. That's our state. Shame on us.
So how do we fix the root?
I'm sorry?
How do you fix the root?
The number one is what I just said.
Yeah, but
There's no yeah but. That's number one.
There is the yeah but.
Tell me the yeah but.
The yeah but is you said if a person could show you a better way, you'd accept it.
Tell me.
What's the first book that was taught in public schools in this country?
I don't know.
The Bible.
Oh, you mean ever, not today?
Ever.
Sure, yep.
The Bible.
Okay.
Where is it now?
I don't know.
You train a kid to be a monkey, he's going to act like it.
Okay, I'm not going there at all. Where I'm going is the court system.
That fixes the root. Put the
Yeah.
Bible back in school.
Okay, great. Then how's it going to fix the kid now? How's it going to fix the kid now?
It still does. It still can.
Not now. No.
Yes, it can.
Not now. It doesn't. I'm sorry. It does not now. Great. Here's what I'll do. I'll tell you about my education program. And in my education program, if you want to put the Bible in school, please do so. I'm actually okay with that. Do what you want to do. I'm talking about fixing an actual court system that crosses this state. That's what I'm talking about. And the root is stopping the lie. Because two ways, two most common ways each side gets screwed over. The wife often gets screwed over in money. It's the most common way she gets screwed over. Why? Because he's lying about his money. And he can, because there's the repercussions. If he can't lie, if in other words, he lies about his income or his money, and he actually has it and won't give it because he hates her, because they've been lying on each other, and he's purposely trying to punish her, that becomes perjury. He goes to jail for at least 30 days, and his lawyer who told him the lie loses his license. That stops. That goes away. That's the most common way the man screws over the woman. Most common. Happens other ways, the most common. That's the root, is he can't lie about his money. If he lies, he goes to jail. It's perjury. The most common is she lies about her safety. Most common lie for the woman is lies about safety. I'm scared, he's going to get me, goes to jail. If she lies about that, she goes to jail for 30 days, and her attorney loses his license. People say, Larry, you're trying to help deadbeat dads. No, if you're a bad dad, you should be punished. If you're a bad dad, if you actually were beating her, don't beat anybody, not just wives, nobody, don't beat people. If you're beating somebody, punish for that, I'm fine with that. But she won't say it unless it's true if there is a problem with perjury. That's my point. That's why this is the number one issue of it all. If you lie in family court, it should be treated as perjury. But that's not enough. That's the first rule. The second piece is we have to make sure that the goal is not number one money. Number one should be family with kin. Number two should be money. Money matters. Don't get me wrong. Money matters. You got to get paid. You got to take care of your kids. I got it. It matters. But it can't be primary. It must be secondary. Why? Because that'll be a rule where this happens. You at one point in your life made $100,000. Now, you must always make $100,000 until your child is 21 years old. How is that legal? If you stayed married, would you have to? Of course not. People lose their job. Companies leave New York. Right? Yeah, lots of them do. Jobs that you had now don't exist in 10 years. And all of a sudden now you have to keep a job for 20 years until your kid's 21? Wait a minute, how's that legal? But let me go one step further. If you have to pay till they're 21, you're now paying an adult. 18, 19, 20. Would you have to pay if you were married? How is that legal? Am I scaring you? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You know what I do? I get passionate about this for a very important reason. I lost my father when I was 12. I lost my dad when I was 12. I didn't have a dad when I was a teenager. I would have absolutely, easily, happily, without any question, taken a broke dad in my life over no dad. And now I got the state taking away dads? Shame on us. Shame on us as a society for that. I got the state taking away dads. I didn't have a dad. I've been happy to have a broke dad who could only give me ice cream once a month. Happily, I would have taken that in a heartbeat. I didn't get that. Instead, I ran after the Marine Corps looking for positive male role models because I didn't have any. Shame on the state for that. So we change that. We make it to where the number one issue is children with kin. Number one, children with kin. Now, if he's a bad dad, don't give him to the dad. Fine, give him to the grandpa. Give him to the uncle. We don't do that. Literally. Well, you're the uncle in this case. So we give the, but he's your brother. You might let him see it. So I won't give the kid to you. That's our current system. I'd rather put the kid and take it away from CPS. What is wrong with us? What is wrong with us? But not just that. The state gets paid for that. The state gets paid for CPS. It's a money racket. Not just that. The state makes a cut on all their child support payments because it all goes through the state. The state makes a cut on everything. That's why the state wants you to keep paying. The state makes money on that. That's correct. State makes money on that. You're now another resource to get money off of. Yeah, that's how our current system works. That's got to change.
It's just an incentive, they call it.
Incentive. Yeah. Do you know judges are actually greater than how much money they bring in? Judges are greater than how much. Now our judges are part of our profit center. How embarrassing is this? And you will not have one gubernatorial candidate speak about this ever. Why? Because it's touchy, and people get angry, and they don't like it. And so what? Get angry. It matters. This has to change. This is embarrassingly bad. And the third piece of this, of all these things is, third piece of that piece, of that piece is, not only do you have to pay until you're 21, you have to pay it $100,000 a year forever. What if you lose your job? And the judge says, get a second job. Get a second job. Let's make sure you never see your kid. The judge thought that was a good idea. What is wrong with you, judge? Why would you think that's true? That's a good idea. It's horrible. Now you'll never see your kid? Why money's more important than having a dad in your life? I know, it's not. It's not. Give me my dad, keep the money. Keep the money, give me the dad. Happy to have him. Happy to have him. It's not true. But we have to go even further. You can't pay the debt? Here's what we'll do. We'll put you in jail. That'll help.
And then they still roll money over.
And they still roll the money over. And now your son or daughter gets to see you make a perp walk. Your son or daughter gets to see you make a perp walk, and you wonder why your son is broken. Well, because his image of manhood is you. And his mom tells him every day what a piece of garbage his father is. And we wonder why that son has trouble having relationships. And we wonder why that daughter can't get a good man when her image of manhood is someone who her mom says is a horrible person. And we wonder why. And we wonder why. This is our court system trashing our kids, trashing our families. The last piece of this is the court system itself is looked upon as the kids' table. The judges don't want to be there. They want to be doing other things. They want to be doing cool things. Not family court. They don't want to be there. Many of them don't even care. It's a stepping stone for them. I say family court's the most important court of them all. Number one. You have better, tighter families, you have less criminals. You have better, tighter families, you have less people on drugs. You have better, tighter families, you have less people fighting in civil court. That's the number one court, and we've made it the lowest court. We are completely backward, and no one says a word about it. This guy does. This guy does. Yes, we'll change it. You should not be paying for someone who's an adult. They're 18. See, they know, she knows. Yes, the person's 18, they're an adult. Why are you paying for them? And they're going to go back to it. If you were married, would you have to pay for them? No, but guess what? You probably would anyway. And if there wasn't a rule forcing you to do it, you probably would anyway. So why are they forcing you? It just makes things bad. This has to change. That's my. Did I answer your question?
Yes, sir.
Absolutely. You had something you wanted to bring on?
I got it.
Oh, sorry, guys. We have to begin.
Little answer and then.
Okay. Yes.
Do a short answer.
I can't. You know I can't do that. Yes. Look, but I want to bring up something very important. In the back, you wanted to say something real fast about the local LP? The local LP?
Yes, yes.
Please go ahead.
We are starting a local chapter of the Libertarian Party. We actually did start a chapter of the Libertarian Party here in Franklin County. And we are looking for contact information if you'd like to be involved in that. Patrick has a clipboard going around, so we're going to pass that around. We're looking for names, your phone number, and your email so we can get in touch with you.
So if you want to help out, please help out. That's awesome. But let me wrap this up with a couple of things. Number one, I was talking to a union. They were deciding if they should endorse me or not. And at the end, they asked this question. They said, Larry, why should we endorse you? And here's what I told them. If you like what's happening and you think Cuomo's doing a good job and you're happy with the death spiral and you're good with that, you shouldn't support the Republican or Democrat. Same thing's going to happen. We're good. What's been happening for 16 years? 16 years straight. Democrat comes in first. This is any statewide election. Republican comes in second, goes back home to sleep. No change. But if this year you want change, you have to support me because I'm the only candidate who's anti-establishment. I'm the only candidate who has actual answers. I'm the only one who has actual plans. Every question you asked me, I had a plan. May not have been perfect, but it was a plan. And maybe we can fix it and add other things to it. I'm open to that. Yes, we're fine. Let's do it. I'm in. We can do that. But I'm about making plans and changing things. I'm the one who can make this happen. You want change, you've got to vote Libertarian this year at the top of the ticket. There's no other option. No other option. You have to do that. To do that, you got to help me. To win this, you got to help me. Here's how you help. Number one, tell people about this campaign. Tell people. Tell your friends. Tell your family. The only problem I have is name recognition. That's it. I get my name out. I win this thing. Period. No ifs, no ands, no buts. I get my name out. I win. Why? I'm the only guy with a plan. And I'm the only guy who can cross over Democrats, Republicans, Independents, those who don't vote. I'm the only guy who can do it. No one else does. No one else is doing it. This can actually work. Get my name out. What does that mean? That means physically tell your friends. Tell them. Tell your family members, friends, whatever, co-workers. Tell them. You don't have to pitch me. You can if you want to. But just get my name out. They'll look me up themselves if they care. If they like what's happening, they're not going to vote for me anyway. If they don't like what's happening, they'll look me up as an alternative. Let them. You can see, Google Larry Sharpe. I'm everywhere. No worries. Let them do it. But not just that. If you see something online and you can share it, please share it. Share, 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 share. Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, whatever. Share whatever you can. Not just that. If you see an article that has anything to do with New York, anything, put my name there. Put my name there. I've had people come to my event, and you know where they heard about me? On the Cuomo page. Yes, on the Cuomo page. Yes, if you see an article, put my name there. It matters. And lastly, if you can donate, please donate. I ask you for money all the time. Why? Because I put money in. I put my time, my energy, and I'm my third biggest donor. I put 5 figures of my own money into this campaign. My own money into this campaign. Wrote myself a check, and if you don't believe me, you can check the data. It's there. It's public knowledge. If you want to, please donate if you can. If you can't, pick up a sign or a bumper sticker or a T-shirt, something, whatever you can do. What I need is votes. If you can't give me money, then give me votes. Because I'm going to use your money to get more votes. That's the end game. The end game is victory. Now you might say, but Larry, that sounds good. But what if you don't win? Here's the issue. Maybe I'm fooling myself. Maybe I can't win. Okay, maybe. If the Republican comes in second, what changes? Nothing. But what happens if I come in second?
Everything.
Yes, because there'll be a microphone shoved in my face every single day saying, Larry, how the hell did you do it?
Just made him the third party.
That's correct. But more importantly than that, I'll be telling people about all my ideas, how to fix education, how to deal with the SAFE Act, how to help out people who are small farmers, how to support our schools, how to support our small businesses, how to lower taxation. I'll be talking about all of these things, how to fix family court. This keeps going. If I come in second, this keeps going. You want change? You got to vote gold this year. Because I come in first or second, there's change. That's what we need. Change, either way. If you don't, Cuomo wins again. The Republicans get rewarded for their bad behavior. Nothing changes. You might feel righteous as you're packing your bags and going to North Carolina. Tennessee. I don't want you leaving this state. I don't want to leave this state. Help me do that. That's LarrySharpe.com or Larry Sharpe for New York Facebook page. Remember, it's Larry Sharpe with an E. And the E stands for? Yes, it does. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Seeing you. I'm here for selfies. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I'm glad you stayed in the front row. Nice. Thank you for coming.